I can't understand why someone would go through the trouble of stealing a box with a very ancient corpse. This city's not that dull. I'm an archaeologist, so I thought I'd indulge in a quick study of this Ankaran sarcophagus everyone's so riled up about. My guess, from what I've read about it, is that it's a mummified Mesopotamian king. I needed confirmation. Since it's missing, I'm inclined to believe it was stolen, or intentionally misplaced, if you like. Clearly, though, it's not here. Oh, I really wish I had. All this speculation about the sarcophagus containing an antediluvian and being a portent of Gehenna is making me cringe. These are the kinds of ridiculous, superstitious assumptions I came here to debunk. Armageddon, doomsday, the end of all kindred. It's a common facet of most mythologies. Fear that the world will end. Many believe Cain and the antediluvians will return to consume or destroy all kindred. I wholeheartedly disagree. No one I know has ever met one, but each of the clans and their bloodlines supposedly trace their origin to an original vampire, an antediluvian. Some swear these grandsires still exist into the present, but then kindred and kind believe a lot of strange things. Cain is the biblical first kindred and founder of the mythological first city, Enoch, a place where kindred and kind coexisted. I believe Cain's a figure concocted to personify the transition from nomadic society to agrarian society. That myth, like most, has been twisted by time. Thin bloods rarely exhibit features or powers of their clan, and many can't embrace. Some are even rumored to have reproduced. Many kindred are terrified that their weak blood heralds the dissipation of every bloodline. Somewhat of an ignorant reactionary response, don't you think? As I said, many cultures have the fear of some form of apocalypse. Kindred believed in these stories when they were human, and naturally carried them over into kindred myth. But it doesn't take a supernatural act to cause widespread destruction. Humans and kindred are just as capable of managing their own destruction as a deity. A self-realized Gehenna warrants more vigilance than a god-induced one, don't you agree? Such is my argument, which so frequently falls on deaf ears. What prophecy doesn't have vague apocryphal signs? Let's see. The usual ones cited are the appearance of thin bloods, Cain sightings, doom, gloom, that route. For 300 years I've been trying to determine the function of our existence, the kindred's role in the world. I'm not content to attribute it to some act of supernatural biblical vengeance. We exist for a reason. And if it takes another 300, I'll figure it out. Any thoughts? Yes, I've heard that theory before. It certainly seems plausible, but there's little proof to support it. Still, it's a better explanation than a divine sentence for manslaughter. My sentiments exactly, but there's time to rectify that. Well, my work here is stolen away into the night. Think I'll do the same.
Hey, starting to doze off there. Oh, I need to get a guard animal of some sort to alert me when folks come in. Maybe one of them chimps like on that show Ape Detective? Oh, that monkey always gets his man. Say, Fruit Pie, if you're still up and about in a few hours, why don't you stop by at the end of my shift and I'll treat you to breakfast, huh? Endless stack of flapjacks, little boysenberry syrup, your security teddy bear.
The folly of leadership is knowing that no matter what you do, behind your back there's hundreds, certain that their own solution is the sounder one, and that your decision was the byproduct of a whimsical dart toss. I pronounce the blast sentence, and I soak the critical fallout. I make the decisions no one else will. Leadership. I wear the albatross and a bullseye. The blood hunt on Nines Rodriguez for the murder of Alistair Grout will be called. Rodriguez's execution is only a matter of time. I have lit the fuse. If a war ignites, it's my head they will sharpen the pikes for. At least I can rest easy in knowing that you, my most promising attendant, has relieved me of one encumbrance tonight. Do you need assistance bringing the sarcophagus up to my office? Stolen? Stolen? How? Who would... Oh, Gary. Gary, you treasonous maggot. I should have anticipated your treachery, sewer rat. The Nosferatu Primogen. The Nosferatu were responsible for finding out where the sarcophagus was taken after the Dane, and for getting keys to the museum. They were the only ones who knew. It's obvious to me now. My mistake. I want him found. I want him... found. The sarcophagus could be exploited, causing who knows what catastrophe to this city. If it were to fall into the wrong hands... The Nosferatu lurk in the filth below the streets of Hollywood, but not even I know just where they hide. Hollywood is, unfortunately, lacking in any Camarilla loyalties. Hollywood's baron is an anarch named Isaac. Isaac's more civil than the anarchs downtown, but nonetheless he wears his mistrust of me on his sleeve. He may know how to contact the Nosferatu. Find Gary and get him to talk. That sarcophagus could be used against us. Do not come back until you have it. Now, I must announce the blood hunt and bear the brunt of all consequences. Escort her out.
Nice night out, huh? What's the hops, bro?
You're back. I went out this evening and I met someone and he wouldn't leave me alone, so he came back here with me and, well, I thought you might want to drink his blood. In the bathroom. I locked him in. Did I mess up?
What the hell is this shit? Let me out, goddammit! I'll kill that crazy bitch! Misunderstanding! Soon as I get out of here, I'm calling the goddamn cops. Let's see what they think of this, huh? I'll have them lock up both your asses. Oh, come on now. I didn't mean it. I should have known there was something wrong with that broad. Look, I'll give you money. Whatever you want. Just let me go, all right? Please, don't kick my ass. Oh, man, I think I just shit myself. Yeah, here. Take it. Take it all. Just please don't hit me. What the hell does that mean? Wait, why are you looking at me like that? Hey!
It's you. Earlier tonight, you weren't following me, were you? I had this feeling like I was being watched. Maybe it's nothing, but I'm still a little shook up. If they're after you, yes, I'll do it. I just need to learn how to use a gun first. I will.
Going somewhere? Lovely evening.
Here again? What's the matter? Can't bring yourself to tear into the neck of some quote-unquote innocent? All that blood out there, and you have to buy the prepackaged stuff. That's okay. I understand. I forgive you. All that power, and you don't even use it. Seems wasteful. Shameful. All these sheep, all these happy-go-lucky 9-to-5 tools walking around oblivious. If 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of them go missing, the flock grazes on. Oh, yes, I understand. The predator needs the prey more than the prey needs the predator. Survival instincts will transform them into killers. The natural order. I see.
picked up a Spaz 15 this morning. Cleaned, oiled, and just waiting to put a hole through something. You interested?
Where to? Ain't seen you here before. And if I haven't seen you, neither has Isaac. So that's your next stop. Isaac's in the jewelry store at the end of the street. Consider yourself invited.
Good evening, neonate. Isaac Abrams. I've been expecting you. Seems the wooden soldiers of the Camarilla shuffle in a little too often these nights. That baby-faced two-bit Prince LaCroix got something to say to me? Very courteous of you to stop by. All kindred that enter my domain are expected to introduce themselves. It may seem like an outdated formality, but it serves its purpose. It gives me the opportunity to personally welcome visitors to my domain. It also helps to establish an understanding in advance, so that there are no unfortunate accidents while they are in town. LaCroix, that egotistical fop. His reach in Los Angeles far exceeds his grasp. Prince, don't make me laugh. Prince is a title, an outdated and absurd bit of jargon given to any fool that would scheme hard enough for it. I don't recognize it, and neither will any kindred under the protection of this barony. I don't fear LaCroix. Nor do I give a damn about his jackboots, sycophants, and court jesters. Let them all come to Hollywood. It would be a battle sequence worthy of Kurosawa. By all means, please do. Now tell me, what brings you to Hollywood? And don't tell me you're just here to stroll the Walk of Fame. So, you've come to barter information with the sewer rats. LaCroix must really be desperate to be stooped to consorting with their kind, and asking for my help of all peoples. Perhaps. However, before we discuss how I might help you, there is the matter of tribute. Call me old-fashioned, but this is my barony, and as is tradition, a token of respect must be paid. What I want is a simple exchange. Last week I paid for a certain item, a movie, and this evening I got an email saying that the seller is ready to deliver it. Unfortunately, he's become a bit paranoid all of a sudden. Won't meet me in person, won't drop it off, won't even answer his phone. Says he'll send the location of the pickup to a computer in the nearby internet cafe tonight. You see where I'm going with this? Go to the Ground Zero Internet Cafe. Look for a directory named Joseph K. and use the password Kafka. There'll be an email in there that will specify a nearby location. Meet the contact, pick up the item, come back. Not too painful, right? There'll be plenty of time for questions later. I'll explain everything when you get back. Excellent. In the meantime, consider yourself a welcome guest in my barony. Welcome to Hollywood.
Oh my gosh, is that you? Everyone was worried sick about you. When you didn't show up and didn't call and nobody knew anything about what happened to you, we thought you were dead. Are you okay? You know what? Never mind. We have to help you. It's me, Samantha. Don't you... Did you suffer amnesia? Is that it? Let me make a call. We'll get everybody together. We can talk. Maybe you'll remember something. The important thing is that they know that you're alive. What happened? Please just come with me. We'll get help. Whatever the problem. There's a lot of people concerned about you. Don't you care? I don't understand. What happened to you?
more flatbread and olive oil. And take back this Chardonnay and open up a Chianti. Let it breathe for 20 minutes and then bring it out with a ziti. Okay? Wanted to know what? Interrupt me while I'm working? Do you understand that this is an important opening, and I, emphasize I, am going to make or possibly break this restaurant? Me, Tommy Flayton, the food authority of Los Angeles, food critic for the biggest paper on the West Coast, radio personality for the KTLK, Chower Hour. Maybe if I reviewed more Pancake Huts, you'd know me. Listen, jackass, I didn't become the biggest critic in LA without making a few powerful friends. Half the owners of these places are criminals, and I eat at their table when I drop by. Leave me alone, pissant.
Freeze!
The moon is out, everyone's in dreamland, and you've turned into the Deb of Night. Nobody to fall asleep next to you?
Stop.
Go ahead and pull the radio into bed.
Welcome
That's
to
what
Red
I'm
Spot,
here for.
home of the Monster I Chug.
And hey, why don't
72
you call me
ounces of
sometime?
your favorite
Area
beverage
code
for 89 cents. Blah, blah.
KL5
You need help or something?
Looks like somebody's been waiting in the queue quite
Always.
a while to speak to
You
yours
should come out
truly.
and see my band, a
So,
bowl of
caller,
cereal.
why aren't you
We're playing tomorrow night at the crematorium. No cover for chicks. We're gonna ruin the
As
place.
in you have an insect problem? Or chirping crickets are keeping you
Yeah,
up?
the
Or
Vesuvius rocks.
You have nightmares
They
about
don't let me in
them? Help
anymore.
me out here.
Damn.
No, you know?
It's like a midget
When you fall
slumber
asleep,
movie.
they can crawl into your mouth
You're
or your
in
ears
there
or
kind of
your nose.
15 more cents and you're going in my stomach,
Hey, you know, you should really ask
Are there
me
any
about the
scientists
special,
out
you
there
know?
listening to this?
I read something. I don't know
I'm
where.
glad you asked that, baby.
Do you know
Seeing
the
as how
average
you look
person eats
trustworthy
several
or
pounds of
something,
insects a year?
I got this special where you buy some really expensive burrito tots or grape juice. You get a free weapon in your chest.
61,
You interested?
63, 15
Yeah,
more
keep it
cents
down.
and you're going in my
You
stomach,
know, there's
Choco
longevity of
Bombs.
insects
Yeah.
in some countries.
New Hampshire lap dances don't pay for themselves, do they?
So, you never sleep at night. I assume you do sleep, right?
I sleep at work.
And what exactly do you do?
I'm a middle school teacher.
That would explain why my nephew
61,
invested that 20 I sent him for his
62,
birthday on magic
63,
beans. It's always good to know that the
15
future
more
of our country is
cents and you're
in the
going in my stomach, Choco Bombs.
Let's see who else we got. Caller, what do you do for a living?
I'm Roger.
Okay. Okay, and what do you do, Roger?
I'm a writer, Deb.
So, have you written any movies I might have seen?
Well, I actually haven't finished any screenplays yet.
I see.
Chocolate
So, have you done
syrup
any
or
other kinds of
peanut butter? Chocolate syrup or peanut butter? Dude, I have to dip these potato chips in something.
So, if you haven't really written anything, how can you call yourself a writer? Because I once fixed my toilet doesn't make me a plumber. Is there anyone in this city that doesn't call themselves a writer or actor or director? Do you think you do a disservice to those who actually make their living in those art forms by deeming yourself something you're not or not even trained to do?
No. I think I'm pretty good at knowing
chocolate syrup or peanut butter? Chocolate syrup or peanut butter? Dude, I have to dip these potato chips in something.
State what you do for a living.
I'm a personal assistant for...
Hey, start now.
Oh, look what just walked in. I can't imagine you'd get much of a rise out of Vesuvius, being what you are. Maybe I'll have more luck with you. I think we should get to know each other a little better upstairs, where we can be ourselves. Come up to my room. Just 14 little steps. I'll make it worth it. Believe me. You'd be missing out if it wasn't. Isn't this better? You and me alone, for just a little while. Away from jihad and the nonsense, and the dangers. Just the two of us. I don't want to spoil the moment, but there's a reason I needed to speak to you alone. Oh yes. What gave me away? How absolutely intoxicating for you to notice. I'm beginning to think bringing you up here was an even better idea than I thought. The reason I asked you up here is because I and the rest of the Hollywood kindred have been under surveillance lately by hunters. I didn't want you to say anything that might draw attention. Maybe not. I'm Velvet. Valor. Call me Velvet. It's been months since I've seen anyone new in here. I was starting to take it personally. And who should finally walk in but a real celebrity? I've heard a lot about you. So, wouldn't you like to know about me? I'm like a book. All you have to do is run your finger down my spine and crack me open to see what I'm about. Hunters. Yes. They've been staking out Hollywood for several weeks. They've been in Ash's club, mine, few others. I think they're whittling down their list of suspects. I'm a bit nervous. Until recently, I had one right under my nose. For a few weeks, one of them was working here at Vesuvius, keeping an eye on the clientele. I found a weapon in her locker and I fired her. She's still in Hollywood watching my club. And me. I've had to adjust a lot to this existence. and I've accepted that I may have to do just that. But I'm a suspect, and if she ends up dead, and I'm seen, they'll either kill me or chase me into obscurity, where I'll wither and die. Would you? I think it might be a little much to ask. You'd really be willing to do this for me? I won't lie. It's gonna be dangerous. But if you got rid of her, I'd be grateful. Very, very grateful. She works over at the sin bin now. Her hair's blonde, on top. Broken heart tattoo on the small of her back. Dances under the name Chastity, as if that wasn't a dead giveaway. I want you to understand. I don't want any innocents killed on my account. So if there are other dancers or patrons around, you'll have to lure them away from her. Do it as quietly as you can. No witnesses, please. And be careful using disciplines around the hunter. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm a dancer. Mm-hmm. It is now. I'm sorry. I'd rather revel in the present than dwell on the past. Mm-hmm. Look who's back. Couldn't stay away, could you? Mm-hmm. Mingle, sightsee, chat, and me, of course. Mm-hmm.
Hey, hot pants. The name's Flynn. I'm the proprietor of this here establishment. Anything you want, you can get at the sin bin. Depraved ain't a four-letter word here. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Chastity. She works downstairs in the booth. But if you're looking for someone to, trim your hedge, I got better girls than her. She ain't exactly adventuresome. Know what I'm talking about? All right, it's your dollar. But if you want a private show, you're gonna have to wait until the booth customers clear out. The girls don't come out for one-on-one action until then. Yeah? What do you want to know? The sin bin? Oh, we've got filth of every flavor. Just tell me what makes your bits tingle, honey. I'll set you right up. Man, we got everything you'll ever need. Softcore, hardcore, gay, straight, farm, or furry. We got shockers, shivers, self-lubricators, and strap-ons. Chains, crops, and canes are in the back next to the triple ripples. Like I said, we got it all. What can I do to you, honey? Yeah? What do you want to know? Hollywood? What do you want to know about it? Which ones? The Asshole. It's just across the street. Some uptight Hollywood club where the drinks cost too much and the girls put out too little. Which ain't bad for me. Most of the drunk, horny assholes come straight to my place after last call. Which ones? We got all you need right here, but if you like second-rate smut, head up the street to Vesuvius. One of the strippers actually owns the place. You should see the rack of lamb on that one. Which ones? The old Asian theater? It's been closed for a while. Place gives me the freaking creeps. Seems like everyone's got a Hollywood ghost story, but you walk by that place and look at it, you'll swear something's looking back. Yeah? What do you want to know?
Yeah, what are you looking for, honey? Okay, $200 for 10 minutes. Anything you want, you just gotta make it quick, alright? Alright. Just meet me in the Pleasure Palace, the room at the back of the hall. Your time just started. Well, here we are. You got something specific in mind? Because the clock's ticking, honey. All right, it's your dollar. Look who's back. Couldn't stay away, could you? If we'd never taken the paths we did in life, could we have grown fond of each other? A shame you had to take her life. But you've saved mine, and I won't forget that. Yes, but through this ordeal I've gained an enticing new ally, and I'm beginning to think it was fate. You're just saying what I want to hear. Don't stop. Poor David Hatter. David Hatter's an aspiring screenwriter and hotel manager. It comes in more often than he would admit. Several years now. Poor dear just can't get a break. I overheard him talking about his new screenplay with one of my girls. It was about secret societies and creatures that found themselves dealing with inner beasts and persecution by elder monsters. Sound reminiscent of something to you? No. It's about kindred. The details of his story were too insightful to be coincidental. I think someone's working with David. A kindred who doesn't realize the consequences of their actions. Do you know what the penalty for revealing ourselves to Kine is? Death. I'm afraid poor David's big break. The screenplay he's worked so hard on must be destroyed, and his less-than-silent partner must be executed. I know David too well. I'm very fond of David, and I'm too close to do what needs to be done. I don't think Haller knows his collaborator is kindred. You'll have to take David's screenplay, and somehow you'll have to coax the name of his source out of him. Once you found out who, kill the traitor. But do not touch David. David works at the Lucky Star Motel. He's very passionate about his writing. He loves to talk about his craft. I'm sure he'll talk about his screenplay. It may take some persuasion to get him to give up his collaborator's name, however. After this is over, I promise you'll have my complete attention.
Sorry, no vacancies. Writer's such a tarnished term, you know what I mean? It's like every other guy says he's a writer, right? Like, you write a letter, you're a writer, you know? It's like, what I do, that's screenwriting. Like, I encapsulate the essence of excellent film in my scripts, all right? Like, I'm like a blacksmith with pens, right? I'm a welder of montage. Does a writer write, or does he just, like, ink the flotsam and jetsam floating in his subconscious into a 120-page piece of film genius? But, you know, most of my subconscious is filled with old horror films, so that's what I write mostly, I guess. Me? I'm, like, looking to redefine the vampire movie, okay? Like, tons of people make vampire flicks, or popular characters, but me, I'm going to be doing the real deal. Like, not only is it going to be scary, but it's going to be believable. Well, in my story, it's not like about garlic and bats, okay? It's about vampire societies and stuff. You know, like, what would vampires be really all about? I mean, how do they blend into society without being discovered? A good writer always does in this town. Hey, you in the business? Because, man, I got tons of ideas for movies. In fact, I should give you one of my completed screenplays. This one's still a work in progress. Of course! I hope you find it a stimulating read. I really can't talk about it. He likes his privacy. His name? He just, man, he goes by Julius. That's all I know. I'm supposed to meet him tonight. He's just a weird beach bum under the Santa Monica Pier. Man, why are you doing this to me?
The moon is out. Everyone's in dreamland.
Need a ride?
It's the hops, bro. What do you want? No. Please, I don't know. I didn't mean to. I don't understand what I am. I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Please, I'll never do it again. No. Oh, God. Please, find your heart. Please, find your heart. You could let me go. I promise. I would leave Los Angeles. I swear. Oh God. No.
Hop in.
Look who's back. Please, call me Vivi. Oh, I suppose I should just tear it up. But I can't. I can't rip up the product of that man's soul. Here, would you tear it up for me? Thanks. Are they? I mean, did you? It must have been difficult. But take some comfort in knowing if you hadn't, someone else would have had to. I do appreciate your help. A lot. Can't you tell? I simply adore you. You're so sweet to me. The way you protect me. What would I have done had you never come in here? Oh, why can't they all be like you? The world could be so beautiful. Here, take this. A reminder of the beautiful girl whose heart you stole. Look who's back. Couldn't stay away, could you?
Don't touch anything. Starting now.
Yeah? What do you want? Yeah? I mean, what? Who the hell is Isaac? I don't know anyone named Isaac. Get lost, bitch! Alright. Sorry. It's just that... I mean, something is... I just want out of this whole thing. I don't want anything to do with that damn tape. I don't know. I mean, when it comes to video, I've seen everything. And I do mean everything. But this thing, it's sick. It can't be real, but it is. I know it. It's real, and it scares the hell out of me. Oh, you have no idea. It's disgusting. That girl, the things that are happening to her, it just ain't right, man. It just ain't right. No. Something's wrong. Something's after me. I swear to God, something's after me. Every place I go, wherever I look, I see things. In the shadows. My phone rings, I hear something breathing on the other end, and... Shit. I'm out, man. I'm out of this whole thing. I don't have it. I stashed it someplace. Look, you need to find Ginger's swans. Huh? What the hell was that? Oh, shit. Did you see that? I'm getting the fuck out of here.
What the... Oh, Christ!
You made good time. Hand me the item. Did he at least make a good excuse? You didn't. Ginger Swan. Swan. Not an animal. A name. Brings back a lot of memories. 70 years ago, wasn't a man in this city that wouldn't have given up his family, career, or anything else for one night with her. That depends. You believe in an afterlife? Ginger Swan's been dead since the 50s.
20 years after, there are still grown men weeping at her grave. I don't know how she's relevant, but I have faith you will figure it out. You still don't have it, do you?
What can I do to you, honey? Ginger Swan. No, name doesn't ring a bell. But I've got plenty of videos by Ginger Twister. Man, the things that girl can do. I got a new one called Confessions of a High School Yoga Instructor. Man, I wish my gym classes were like that. Yeah? What do you want to know? Ginger Swan.
Night eating you? You still don't have it, do you?
No, I really don't understand.
Whoa there, Sugar Puss. Might want to think about knocking next time I damn near blew your hat off. Thought you might be a zombie. Who else would be waltzing in here in the middle of the night? Name's Romero. I'm the caretaker here. Well, that is, I don't exactly keep people from getting in, although that is part of my job. No, you see, I'm here to make sure nothing gets out. See, it's like this. Every night around this time for the past, several months now, the dead have been getting up with an itch to stroll down Hollywood Boulevard. Nobody knows why, but they're working on it. Till they figured out they needed a volunteer to patch the problem, and I stepped forward. Problem temporarily solved, the Baron's happy, I get to shoot zombies, and guarantee I get my blood for another month. I've carved out a nice niche here. Who knows? Vampire necro voodoo, toxic waste, solar radiation. The important part is, they continue to rise up, and I get to put them down. Everybody's a winner. Shoot them, blow them away, frag them, whatever the situation calls for. Sometimes I throw in chopping and dicing just to mix it up. You're telling me. As far as I know, I'm the only person around Hollywood who considers marksmanship an art. A lot of the stiffs around here used to be asshole celebrities, too. Bonus. I love my job, what can I say? By the way, hey, you wouldn't be interested in watching the place while I go handle some business, would you? I'm not supposed to leave, or it might end up in a zombie holocaust or something. Like one time these goths snuck in. Ooh, wasn't pretty. I know you're technically dead and all, but god damn, you are one striking looking piece of ass. Where were you when you were still breathing, huh? I suppose you'd still be interested in a little, I can try, but It's not gonna be easy with the twins in the room. So anyway, I'll be back in about 5 minutes. If you should see any zombies in that time, you need to put them down. Now, they're dead, so you're either gonna have to hack them up good or shoot them in the head. Just don't let them bite you. Well, I don't know. What are you thinking? Sometimes a man needs the kind of release putting a 44 slug through a zombie's brain doesn't provide. You know, temporary affection. Really? You will? Great. I'll just stay here and keep watch. Oh, and FYI, I like them a little, stacked. Appreciate it. Hate to be a pain in the ass, but the pants party started and no one's passed out the invitations.
Hey there, sweetheart. My name is Misty. Can I interest you in a private dance? I've got something special in mind, just for you. Yeah. Hey there, sweetheart. My name is Misty. Can I interest you in a private dance? I've got something special in mind, just for you. Great. Now all I need from you is $100, and then we can go back and get things started. What? Then I'm a little short on time, sweetheart. Sorry, but I don't give up these goods for free. What? Listen, I don't have to take this kind of crap from you, bitch. Go pay for it somewhere else.
Hey, honey, looking for a date? Okay, I'll play along. Where's this friend of yours? Oh, no way am I going in there. What kind of freak are you? I don't know why I should believe you. Well, okay.
but I'm gonna get really pissed if you turn out to be some psycho murderer. Let's go.
Hey, very nice. What can I give you for the assist? When you fire, keep your eyes on the target even after you shoot. And use the sight, that's what it's there for. And style doesn't count for jack if you can't hit anything. Keep that Glock to the side crap in the movies. Ah, would you look at the time? Me and, girl here got some couch Olympics to compete in. So if you don't mind.
You still don't have it, do you? I didn't doubt you'd find this, and I apologize if I was overly imperious before. A reflex action. I get a lot of young blood in here forgetting their place. I'll assist you as reasonably as I can with your task. But first, this tape. I'm in a hurry to find out what's behind all the hype, so get comfortable. I do have a feeling that whatever's here may be of use to both of us.
Help me, please.
It's more disturbing than I was led to believe. You can understand my concern now, can't you? It just so happens that around the time this snuff film started circulating, the Nosferatu disappeared. I tried to elicit their help in tracking down the source, and for the first time in all these years, I was dismayed by their absence. Usually, I just put the word out I'm looking for them, and sooner or later, they appear. I assume it does. It's awfully coincidental otherwise. And those creatures. I don't know how many professional FX houses could pull those off. There's a problem, though, in that the film's incomplete. The first half is damaged. We need a complete copy. Behind the spit-shine gloss of the Hollywood Dream Factory, there's another city churning out a vile byproduct for the furtive consumption of a debauched audience. I have no doubt the film's found its way to another smut peddler. I'd ask around. Certainly. There is something, but it involves a gargoyle. I can see that's got your attention. It's taken up residence in my beloved Asian theater. It is closed now, but that's beside the point. I sent some people to evict it, and it sent them back with a few less limbs. I can't have that monster attacking kindred in my city. It's a walking block of stone with a taste for blood. I'd suggest whatever method doesn't result in you being eviscerated. In truth, I'd rather have it as an ally, but I doubt it's going to be chatty. Here's the key for the theater. I'll leave it up to you. Certainly. In your lifetime, unwittingly or not, you have seen an Isaac Abrams production. As the financier of 30% of American film's top 100 movies, you must have. Being the Baron of Hollywood, I can do any project I want. Stewart, Lean, Hitchcock, Wilder, Holden, Dean, Scorsese, De Niro, and last but not least, Ash, my child. I remember some studio suit lost in time telling me the only thing they could use Bogart for was to move furniture. Ash, where do I begin? 7 years ago, I saw a casting session for what would become Negative Zero. The moment I set eyes on him, the passion of his performance, I knew he had it. I hadn't seen anything like him since Clift or Dean. He had the looks, the charisma, allure, that undefinable quality that makes a film legend. My first movie with him made him a sensation, and it also changed him. Once everyone knew who he was, I no longer did. The parties, the drinking, the sports cars, the women. One night when I came to discuss his next role, I found him nearly dead of an overdose, and I couldn't let him go. I acted on impulse. I'd seen so many others die before their time, but with Ash, I had a chance to prevent that fate. It devastated Ash. He still wanted to act, but I denied him his place in the limelight. He had to lie to his friends about his new lifestyle. He had to feed.
I gave him a club, a scrap of his former glory. I did everything I could to facilitate the change. He feels obligated to me. I don't think he hates me. Resents me, maybe. I am his sire, and he is my child, and there is a responsibility and respect inherent in that bond, even if we are no longer the friends we were. He spends nearly all of his nights in his club, the Asp Hole. I admit it, too old-fashioned to appreciate it. To me, it's the compressed essence of everything that's wrong with the film industry today. Certainly. The Nosferatu? I pity them, but I loathe their presence. I deal with them when it's necessary. I know they're beneath my city somewhere, but only they know where. They respect my streets, and I keep my politics out of their sewers. But I don't trust them by any stretch of the word. Certainly. You've met VV, have you? Of all the kindred I know, she seems the most alive. She's still young, though, but nonetheless adept. She's not my child, but she's become like a daughter to me.
Kindred invader, monster, I will smash you, crush you, tear the flesh from your bones. Talk, no. Always kindred are talking, scheming, hurting others with their lies. Monsters you all, abominations. A curse upon the earth. Offer? What offer? Yet another lie. He hopes to control me, to enslave me, just as my master before him. First he sends his underlings to destroy me, and now he wants to make peace. No! Curse him! Curse you all! No! There will be no more talk. Death for you, demon. Death and final darkness.
Any luck? I admit, I thought you'd come back here with a stone foot lodged in your backside, but I'm glad to see you've proved otherwise. You've got a lot of promise. It's a shame you're still working full-time for the wrong side. I'd like to hope so. Well, if you'll excuse me.